Hi, my name is Gina Din-Kariuki and I'm the founder and the CEO of the Gina Din Group. This year, in October, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary, and it's just so exciting to be able to share over the next few weeks some of my own experiences. It's so interesting in the PR industry. The perception of PR is so misguided, and so I hope that some of my experiences and some of my stories and conversations will be able to clarify what the PR industry is really all about. In 1997, I left Barclays Bank as the head of corporate affairs, and I started the Gina Din Corporate Communications Company with actually very little. I started with no business plan, I started with no capital, I started with no clients, and to be honest with you, I started with a dream. And I didn't really realize at the time that I was turning, my dream was my plan. And as time went along and we built the business, I began to realize that not only was I building a brand, but I was also building an industry. Very little was known about the PR industry back in 1997. And most PR companies were actually add-ons to advertising companies. So there were very few, and I think I was probably the only PR standalone company at that time. All the advertising agencies were, the big boys, the ones out of New York and London, and people really thought I was completely crazy. To be honest, I kind of thought that myself sometimes. And, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd have those sort of deep conversations with myself on, whether I was making the right decision, whether I was doing the right thing. Most people around me did not think I was making the right decision. So I spoke to lots of people that I looked up to. And they were like, well, why would you be leaving this amazing job? And I really did have an amazing job. I mean, my job at Barclays was cut out for me, completely built for me. I could do whatever I wanted to do. I built my role, and I had the greatest team. I had the greatest bosses. So why would I, want to leave what was a great thing and go into this uncharted territory that I did? But it's really interesting because I think there's something deeper inside oneself when they know that they have a purpose that is bigger than what they're doing at that time. And I didn't know that at the time. I just knew that I wanted to do something else. And it's only now, in hindsight, that I look back and think, wow, that was really crazy. That was very, it was very, very brave, but it was also quite silly in that, there was no plan. And people come to me all the time with, business plans, and I did not have one. I really didn't. All I had was a deep conviction that I was going to do something with myself. And it turned out to be what I've built and, the numbers of brands that we've helped to build. But it's also come with a lot of responsibility for the PR industry and for making sure that the younger people that want to get into this industry fully appreciate what it's all about. I get young people coming to me all the time saying, oh, it's so glamorous, and all the cocktail parties and all the travel. And yes, there is that. But to be honest, it's completely unsexy. It's really quite inconvenient. And it can be very, very slow before you make anything out of it. So I look back now and I look at the young people that do want to get into this industry, and I do feel sometimes that they're misguided. And I hope that, sharing some of what I have been through and will help clarify that that's actually what they want to do. I didn't have that. I didn't have a role model in my industry that I could look to say, I want to mirror myself on that person. And I hope that I can be the role model that I didn't have for the younger people that are coming into this industry. If there's one thing I always say that we don't ever have enough of, it's time. And you watching today and sharing and giving me your time is so special. So I just want to thank you, and I hope in the next few weeks you will be able to learn a little bit from my experiences, and I hope you will be able to watch, share, like, engage, and do whatever you think will enrich your life with my story. So thank you very much. My name is Gina Din-Kariuki, and you're watching Shaping African Conversations.